So yeah, Top Boy, episode 3. This is a full review. Just want to let you know my thoughts and feelings about it. And yeah, it was a good one, action packed from the very start. And yeah, obviously it's all kicking off. And based on the way that episode 2 ended, with the shooting, obviously it was going to come back with a punch this episode. And yeah, basically that's literally what we saw, was just how street level stuff can escalate. And I think it's something that you see it so often, is this kind of escalation of things. And literally the way it started off with a kind of street turf war. Well, I say turf war, but I suppose it's more to do with the actual way that the incident was dealt with, in terms of the girl that he had met the previous episode, and then literally she was shot within the end there, and you knew there was going to be some sort of a payback. And this is what we saw. So literally fights on the street that then went on, and then we saw this kind of taking it back. Someone in that gang got stabbed, and then taking it to the hospital, and then it kind of spilled out into the hospital. And the drama of the whole thing, with that banging soundtrack going on in the background, was really something to see. And then of course, just on the flip side, literally the flip side, you got also the lads, just seeing Ats, and oh my gosh, Ats, what a lovely lad, and him and his mate, thinking how they can help out Ats' mum, and then of course, came up with a great idea of selling burgers, and a little bit naughty though, because skipping school, and you could see there that they were in it together. Their chemistry, by the way, amazing. So got a shout out the casting team on that front. And then we were off to Ramsgate, with Sully. And before we went to Ramsgate, actually, we had the whole kind of Sully, Deshane sit down, them talking. And something that I think Sully is quite right in saying is that Deshane has treated him as number 2 for some time. As much as Deshane says we're equal and we were equal, definitely wasn't the case. And you could see that. And obviously it was some pent up frustration for Sully. And massive shout out to Kano. I feel like this season, just where we've seen Kano go to, the levels we've seen him reach, from an acting point of view, I'm so far just very, very impressed with him. And, obviously Sully was having none of it. Wanted to do his own thing, wasn't on for hearing Deshane's terms, but wasn't really down with what Deshane was saying. So then we go off to Ramsgate, and instantly, as soon as I'm thinking Ramsgate, I'm like, no way are we actually going here? Because of course, if you know Jem from, I'm just gonna say it, season 1 and season 2. I know Netflix don't want me to say that, but damn it, that was season 1 and season 2. Building up characters, building up the story that we're referring to now. So yeah, we're off to Ramsgate, and we're seeing a little plot that Sully's getting into. It was so good to see Jem just walking across the beach. When him and Sully hit hands, I felt like I was hitting hands with him. And if you don't know, Jem from season 1, his whole relationship with Renelle from season 1 was really quite pivotal for the whole storyline. So yeah, obviously Sully's trying to get something moving down there, trying to make some money. And of course, we've got the whole kind of situation brewing in London, and what's going on with Deshane, and Deshane actually, thinking about, what his mum had in the bank. So we're literally seeing what's going on with him and the kind of desperate plight that he's in. And, I think we even see a nice little phone call with his cousin, which we keep seeing it from time to time. And, I think the way the episode ended as well. So, basically the lad I can't think of his name for now, and please comment below what his name is. But he goes to the hospital to go and visit the girl that was shot, and you literally see, you know, his plight. And like I say, the way that these street level things just escalate into real life consequences. And he has a conversation with her father that's heartbreaking, and you know, the acting from the dad as well, on point. You know, I was just believing that. And you know, I wasn't so happy with the last episode, but this episode got me back in. And I feel like they're building up so many things, and that we're going to see so much more happening in the next season. Oh, sorry, not the next season, but the next episode. And, you know, yeah, it'd be interesting to see where they take us for that. And yeah, just so happy to see Sully and Jason's on-screen relationship. That's definitely my takeaway from this episode, and just something that I didn't expect it to hit me as hard. But when those three were together, you had Jem, you had Sully, and you had Jason, I was just really happy to see that. And something I wasn't expecting coming into this season, to be honest. But yeah, you know, really impressed with the way it's being made. Still impressed. If I had to give this episode a number, I think I'm going to hit it with, you know, 9 level. I think this was a 9.0. And, you know, yeah, just really happy with what Netflix are doing here with this show.